I'm gonna have a look at another one of these like really right old vintage kits. This time it's something quite a bit different than like pretty much all the other model kits out there. This is actually a scale replica of a firearm, and this I don't think this is the first release. I think this is actually like it was an original a pyro kit originally, and then this is like a re-release of it, but it's like an ancient re-release. So I wanted to have a look at it here. Now the box is kind of beat up, and it was pre-owned before I got it, and like, you know, just for like full disclosure or whatever. And so we'll have a look at it, and we could see our subject, which is called the Bunker Hill. Now I'm assuming this is an actual like, I don't know the history of these firearms. Like, I'm assuming this is an actual firearm from the Revolutionary War. Like maybe it's in a museum or something, and that's what they copied this off of. That's just my speculation. I don't know the whole history of these like firearm kits that they did back in the day, because they're historical, but this is a pretty distinctive pistol. It's not like just like a assembly line gun. It looks like it's made specifically for someone. So we can see it's a full-size 15-inch model, Lifelike Products from the United States. This gives us our kit number here. Someone's written that on there. It's not my writing, so it'll be kit number 402. I don't think there's 402 of these firearms that they ever did, so we've got the nice box art there. And we'll flip on the side here. You can see it has a wall shelf display rack, which is really nice, and you can see it is keyed here to put actually on the wall. I'm not sure how that would have like how that would stay, because the way they are, but we'll see when we open it up. And then it gives us here a list of the it says additional antique pistol and rifle kits available. There's some really interesting, cool guns in there. They got even the Kentucky rifle there. Actually, my dad had the Kentucky rifle when he was a child, and I believe it would have been the 50s. It may have been the early 60s when he had it, and when I was growing up, I guess he let me play with it when I was down where he comes from, and actually broke it, I guess. And so that was the story of that one. But there's all kinds of different interesting, you can see the Yorktown antique pistol, and again the Bunker Hill, which are Revolutionary War subjects. There's a blunderbuss, the Peacemaker. So all kinds of interesting stuff in there. On the side of the box, we have a number 5. I assume that would be more like, you know, firearm number 5 in the series. And then this would be our kit number here, 09204. Not sure why it says kit number 402. I really don't understand that, but somebody put that there for a reason. Then it's giving us our specs here, 15-inch model, minute gunsmith detailing, molded in gunmetal and wood. And again, they give us the list of stuff in there, so we will have a look and see what actually comes in here. We'll move the box out of the way. And so yeah, these are, I'm assuming the instructions were lost, and these are like somebody printed these off. I'm guessing that's what this is. Just looking at the condition of them, I don't know if they're originals or not. They could be, but the condition is pretty nice. I would think they'd be pretty yellowed by now. So we have look here at our various different little like Revolutionary War pistols. They give us some history, kind of hard to read in there. And so this is your catalog and your price guide, which is really cool, which is like really neat. You could just order these, I guess, by mail. I would really love to find that Winchester. That thing looks beautiful, and the same with the Colt black powder single action. That would be a really beautiful one to do. I should mention that Lindbergh has released some of these pistols. I'm not sure exactly which ones. I believe it was like these 3 here. Might have even been just those 3. And they only did a couple though under a pirate series. Was when the Pirates of the Caribbean movies came out. They released a bunch of, or re-released a bunch of them, but they never did the full lineup. I wish they would have. It would have been really nice. So here's our basic instructions. Very basic. Not a whole lot of parts. It looks pretty simple, and that's all we have. So we'll move on to the pieces here. So we have our display rack. Like somebody's labeled these, and we'll just go into them. Yeah, so here's our rack, and it says you can hang it on the wall, but I'm not sure if you're supposed to permanently, unless you set the gun on top of this. Maybe that's how they want you to do it, because if you put it on here, obviously it would fall off, and I wouldn't think they would want you to glue the gun to it. So that's our display base, which is kind of nice. I don't know why it has this weird pattern on it to make it look more like wood and not so plasticky. Maybe it's kind of different. I haven't really seen that before. And we'll go into the our parts now. And we'll check out our main piece here. So it's molded in wood, but the metal isn't too bad, because these would just be like cast pieces, and actually they kind of look like that. Like that's kind of what they, when you put them on, they kind of look weird like that. But the wood definitely needs to be scuffed up, some kind of graining. Could even use the wood grain decal on this, might actually look nice, and because it's so smooth it might adhere nice. And here's where we put our lock. And even for its age, it's slightly warped right here, but it's held up pretty good for its age. And here's the inside here, if anybody's interested. It's just hollow. You could add some weight in here, like put a like a rod in here. If you have a lead or steel rod, you could put in there just to give it some weight, to make it a little more authentic once you build it. So that's our main piece, which it's actually, if you hold it up, if you put it together here, it's actually quite large. Like, it is quite a large pistol, I guess, in real life. So, and we'll go into our little baggie here of minor parts. And no, okay, they are. I didn't. Wasn't sure if they were still sealed or not. So we'll get them out. Okay, there it is. Get my little bag cutter here. And I'm not sure if these are, I would assume these are the original bags, but I'm not sure. So here's our trigger, very basic, very simple little trigger, and it obviously doesn't work or do anything. Here's our lock plate. Like, it's got the scrolling in that, but there's really not, it really isn't anything to write home about. And we have our various little pieces. Yeah, okay, so this is a 2-piece thing here, which is interesting why they would do it in 2 pieces like that. Not really sure. But that this would be okay once you clean it up. It's quite a bit of work to, like, for what it is, like, to clean that up. Like, they're if they would have molded it in 1 piece, I think it would have been better. And then here's our actual lock plate here with the where the frizzen and everything is, which looks pretty neat. Like, even this the screw head, I wouldn't try and put like a like get rid of that and put a real screw in, because I think it looks pretty adequate. So there's that, and then oh, we got one more bag, I forgot about that. A lot of minor little pieces in here. So we'll get an edge here. Hopefully get these guys out of here. Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, so we've got a lot of multi-piece parts. So you've got the like the hammer, or the cock as they call it, which holds the like the little flint in there, which is kind of cool because you could put a real flint and piece of leather in there. Like this doesn't obviously tighten anymore, but you could put something in there. I was wondering if they had it molded all as one piece. So that's a really really decent part there. And there's more accents. Like this is your, I'm not sure if this is the actual frizzen. Yeah, I think the pan is on the gun, and then this is the frizzen here. You could detail that out because it's a nice separate part there. I'll say it again, I don't know why they molded these as multiple pieces. I would think they could have got away with molding them as one piece, but is what it is. And then there's even, we get these screws, like actual individual, they're not screws, they're pins, but they represent screws, which is really neat. That's kind of interesting that they would do that. And then like our spring here, I suppose if you wanted to, you could take a piece of metal and bend it and make yourself a little spring so it looked a little bit nicer. And we'll go on to our last piece, which is going to be our barrel. And like in case you're wondering, they originally would have come, oh, here's the flint. Interesting. That's the little flint, it's just a little square block. So I would definitely replace that flint, or you could chew that up enough to make it look like a flint. But they come on originally like your sprue, just like any other kit. But here's our actual barrel. Oh, we have a dead spider on that one. All right, so here's the barrel. We get a little sight. Actually, I like the dings in it if there's sink marks because it makes it look a little more authentic. And then our barrel, the muzzle end here, which looks alright. I would probably line this with a plastic tube and make it look more like a like it's something in there and just hollow. And so it looks pretty cool. It's should be a little enjoyable project to do, and something you can hang on the wall. I mean, I don't think anybody like my dad, when he was a kid, would run around and play with them. I doubt anybody's going to do that anymore, but it looks like an acceptable piece to build and hang on the wall, and it's a nice size. Like, it's a very large pistol. And so really, other than that, thank you for watching.